The task for this year's apprentices was to invent and bring to market a game to teach personal finance in the classroom. This is going to become a compulsory part of the national curriculum next year. They were free to design a board or an electronic game. We provided only the financial information from RBS Money Sense and a bespoke online research tool kindly provided for us by the IFS School of Finance. In addition to their written business plans, we asked the teams to make films of about 5 minutes long to illustrate the thinking and the teamwork behind their entry. We set an extremely tight deadline, and we were amazed by the quality of entries that we received. The best of those apprentices have made it through to tonight's final, and I do hope you will be generous with your support for all our teams, who will each present a short film of their project before subjecting themselves to questioning in our very own boardroom. And to lead that questioning, I'm delighted to introduce our judges. Please welcome Margaret Mountford, Syra Khan, and Tim Campbell. Our first team up tonight, Game Girls. Sarah Marchant and Jess Evans, both 18 from Plymouth College.
In your research, when looking at creating a product or a board game, what do you think is the most important thing a business has to consider when starting up and sort of continuing to develop their business?
I would say that the most important thing is obviously that it's going to not fail, it's going to make some money. Not necessarily that it's going to make a lot of money. If it makes you happy and you are really happy doing that business, then that's fair enough. But yeah, I would say that it's going to be financially viable.
Our next team up is Team Phoenix. Bav Bardi, Akriti Sajdev, Alicia Gill, Charlotte Bostock, Michaela Parks, and Charlotte Gower from King's High in Warwick.
Great presentation. Can you just talk to me about your preferred routes of raising finance? Now, you're talking about a financial product, so tell me about the two routes you proposed and the pros and cons you see for those two routes.
Okay, well, we want to take out a loan. Hopefully, if we take out a loan, the interest rates will obviously be quite low, depending on the bank that we go to. But we could also contact sponsors, such as the sponsors for Monopoly or the Game of Life, and tell them that we've used their game as an idea to base our game on.
Our next team is iFlues. Mariam and Tamara Lamy are sisters from Cherwell School in Oxford.
A very basic question. Why would anyone want to play this more than once?
Well, if they didn't succeed the first time, then they might want to try again.
And our final team is Money Minded. Gabrielle Westington, Shruti Chowdhury, Alexandra Davis, Nicole Jesse, Jayana Patel, Elise Varley from the Withington Girls' School in Manchester.
Just following on from Margaret's question, when I play Trivial Pursuit, okay, I always fall out with some of my friends because the person answering the question, does it have to be exactly as it's written on the card? Do you know what I mean? Because you can now get into really dubious territory. How have you decided to stop people falling out on?
Of course not. I think we can. It's encouraged that there's always a bit of leeway. We're never going to expect a candidate to have the exact wording on the card. That would be pretty much impossible to get those exact words.
So as long as they've got the gist of it,
yeah.
And whoever's asking the questions, they're the ones that will say yes or no.
I think in our rules, we'd like to state that as close to the answer would be recommended.
Okay, so they've got to have the keywords in. Okay.
Yeah.
To the winning team. And the winner of the 2010 Money Sense Financial Mail Apprentice Challenge is Money Minded.
Very surprised, but extremely happy. Anyone else? Really proud.
Yeah, so proud of everyone in the group. Like, we all know each how much work we've put into it, and it's just all paid off.
Yeah,
and we're so happy.
The effort we put in.
Definitely.
And it seemed like it was really close. The competition was really fierce, and
But it was great fun.
We chose Money Minded because I think as a team, Margaret, Tim and I felt that they had answered the brief to its entirety. So we'd got the cost,
They'd produced a visual of the board game. It looked like they really enjoyed playing the game as well. And so it was something tangible and ready to take to market. So that's the key reason that we chose them.
We chose Money Minded because they had a finished product. You could see they'd put a lot of thought and effort into it. They'd designed it, they'd thought of the questions, they had a working prototype.
It was a really good opportunity to be a judge on the Financial Mail's Breaking the Mould competition. I think for Tim, I and Margaret, what was great was that we got an insight into what school children are doing now, and the fact that they took time out of their lessons in their own time to think of a game and put a business around it was phenomenal.
I think anything that will inspire young women to think about careers in business is great, and I think the Breaking the Mould conference has really succeeded in that today. There's a lot of girls here, and they've gone away with ideas that, yes, why didn't we enter the competition? We could have done it. We could come up with a business model, and that's what it's all about.
The director.
Absolutely fantastic. I thought it was a brilliant day. I thought everyone worked so hard, and I thought it was a thorough success.